Good morning. Hey, Joe. Good morning. Hey, Nick. What's up, man? No. Jesus. I just ripped that entire thing right off. Don't want that. Happy holiday. I'm off today. It's Friday the 13th. Hey, Joe, Nick. Ken, good morning. What's going on, brother? This is going to be done by hand. I'm calling in burnout. Good for you. Can anyone blame? No. Shit. I got these stragglers that are dragging across that don't let me put the paint on the glue where I need it to go. Let's hope I don't put a fingerprint in this thing now. All right, this is basically what I'm doing right now. Pulling this thing in place until it tacks. And then I might hit it up with some CA to get the gap filling done. Of course, on my nose, it's decided to run too. Let's see what we got. Ken, what are we doing today then? Ray, good morning. How are you? Peter, good morning. Morning, morons. I love it. Don't leave fingerprints. Doing my best. I could get tape on it. Tape is going to hold it or not. Yeah, it doesn't want to fucking come together. This may be a CA thing. I mean, I knew it was going to give me difficulty, but boy, oh boy. Here. Good morning. Hey, Charles, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Come out to my dog's appointment. You can go with me to my daughter's appointment. Nice. That brings everything. I glue something. It's like a rite of passage for the kit. Yeah, exactly. There is some of that for sure. For sure. I think we're going to have to CA this thing in place. And even then, it's got a lot of spring to it. We'll see if it doesn't just kind of fall apart. Kevin, good morning. How are you? It's not coming together. I mean, I knew this was going to be it's going to be rough. Guys, give me a moment. Fuck. Okay. So my fingers don't stick to it. Hey, Tony, good morning. It's a good word, Charles. Everybody's saying good morning. Hi. Everybody say hi. I love it. I'm going to have to flip it and do the other side too. Tony. Tiny is okay to pretty much answer to anything anymore. I love that level of fluidity. I'm literally just putting as much pressure as I can on this thing to get it to come together. And then after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with CA, just do a bead of CA around it. Oh, God. About to get off work soon, hopefully. Hopefully. How about definitely? Damn. Kankenwagen. Hope you have to stay a few more hours. What the hell was that, Nick? So mean. Come on. All right. All right. That was fun. Fun. Let's see. The only German I know. Nice. Fuselage is all closed up. All right. Big time gapping. But it is now sealed up. And whether it's cockeyed or not, I don't really care. But it is now all closed up. So I will begin tomorrow with doing all the cleanup work. I am going to get the back of this thing added on as well. And then the assembly is basically done. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, hey, okay, buddy. Calm down. I'm not that damn good. Nice. I am fantastic trolls. I think I may be the bad guy. Oh, lieutenants with skull art uniforms. Fantastic. I was just thinking of my favorite words in German. It is. Yeah, the Germans and their crazy long words. Just use the translate button and you can be fluent in German also. Exactly. Fluent. I just taught German and English in school. Smart. English because it's the lingua franca, and German because they'll probably take over. Oh, wait, it's the other way around now. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I have a new video up in a bit. It is a card game video, but it is a video nonetheless. Nice. I will catch that. I'm looking forward to that one, Charles. I mean, Tony. That'll be good. All right, now if we take a look at like this and how it's all coming together. I mean, like, it's crap. It's even worse on this side. But we're going to get it glued into place. Hey, Edwin, good evening. Because Denmark is a tiny country sharing border with Germany. Yes, I know. I know the reason for it. I was making light of it, Peter, but guess somebody's being a little a little strung up today. Hedging their bets on the occupiers, exactly. Let's go by Charles. As long as I don't have to pay his bills, I have plenty of my own. Exactly. Anyway, guys, first of all, I want to apologize for not being on yesterday. Wednesday and Thursday work were probably the two of the worst days I've had in the last decade at work. And it was that I came home Wednesday absolutely mentally fried. And I perseverated on the day so much that the next morning I'm waking up. I didn't sleep well. The next morning I'm waking up. It's like I can't focus on being on the live stream. So anyway, just want to let you guys know that that's why somewhat better position now. We'll see what the long term is. I was going home fast today. Traffic was bad today, and I need to fix my 3D printer today after yesterday's. What happened yesterday there, Edwin? Twinning. My worst days were the last two also. Really? Really? Oh, boy. I am so sorry, Ken. There's no reason for any of this. That's the thing about this. There's no reason for it. You know, the only good thing about every day that goes on, one of the good things is my wife is now 3 weeks before we're moving her back home. Her last day at work is Friday, the 6th. And then that weekend we're going up and we're bringing everything back. And I'm excited for that. In 2 weeks is ODO. So, but I just feels like every week is just trying to get through work and deciding. I've never come this close to hitting the apply button for another job in a long time. And I still might send in my resume. We'll see. No harm, no foul. George, bad work is always a strain mentally. Oh, this was something on a different level. Normally I can put a lot of that stuff aside and sleep like a baby. I've been able to do that over the last, couple decades. Before that, I took everything very personally. Now it's like, it's gotten bad. But anyway, thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. Happened 2 times before, just preparing for the 3 pecan. Ugh. I print something and I forget to change the wrong materials. It caused a big blob that creeped to the hot end. Fortunately, I caught it early before it ate the whole print board. Oh my. That's how is this what kind of printing is this? Is this an FDM printer or a resin printer? My Indeed is open. Where are we going? Yeah. The thing is, we had a long conversation. A couple of us in our staff meeting, a couple of us are commiserating yesterday about that. It's like we don't want to move. That's the thing. We know that there's a lot of good going on. It's just that there's just some destructiveness within. And believe it or not, it's not related to the owner. That's the really crazy thing. All right, we're gonna tack this thing in, and then we're going to start gluing it in place. Start cleaning it up afterward. You know what? I'm going to save that. I'm going to start cleaning this, the fuselage now. Get the fuselage all cleaned off. So you can actually see them. There's one on the other side, 2, and there's a small hole right about there, 3. The Pitot tube I'm going to put in, there are going to be no machine guns on this. I'm going to take a look this weekend to see if I do have machine guns, if in the photo etch collection, the Kirk collection, if there is any Japanese stuff. And if I find Japanese machine guns for this thing, I will add them. And then the paint scheme will likely change. Otherwise, I will be going with the orange paint scheme, which I kind of like anyway. Do it, George. Worst case, they don't give you a good offer. Best case, they do, and you get a healthier work environment. Yeah. Nick, Yeah. I think I am going to do it anyway, just out of, or even if I just say, you know what, thanks, I appreciate it. If for some reason it becomes real, and I just say, yeah, I'm not, I'm going to stay where I am. I just needed to just do a check. Yeah. You know, I know it's going to sound, for the younger set, it's going to sound odd. At 60, trying to find a job is hard. It's one of the conversations that a few of us who are older in our organization have been talking about. But also it's, I want to, I'm not looking to do no work. I'm just not looking to add a greater workload as I'm winding down. I want to start enjoying, hey, I'll do work. You got me the 8 hours a day or whatever. I'll do the work, but at the end of it, I want to come home and decompress. And that's what I'm not getting right now. And I don't want to take on a job that will also be like that, which is, well, you're basically on, the one of the jobs that I'm looking at. I know the job very well, for reasons I don't want to describe, but I know it extremely well. I could do that work. Whether or not they want to hire me or not is, okay. I've worked there before. I know the organization well, and I know the work. It's just, do I want to take on that kind of responsibility? I don't know. If ever if the glove gets cold, then it becomes a nightmare time to bring the nipper. Oh wow. Okay, now I understand. Yeah. But yeah, no harm, no foul in doing so. Anyway, hard it is to get hired. Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, that's part of the fear. Look, I respect the reasoning for it. I'm not saying I like it, but I respect the reasoning. You hire somebody, you train them. There's a cost involved. The more you can get out of them long term, the better. I'm retiring in under 7 years. I mean, I'm doing my best to retire at 67. That means I'm going to give somebody 7 years. I'm not. I would never say that in an interview, but I'm sure that they're probably thinking the same thing, right? So with that being said, it's like, do we hire somebody who's younger, less experienced, whatever, but we'll have them for 20 years rather than somebody who's like super experienced, but has like 5 to 7 years. I'd like to be a busboy. Walmart door greeter. Yeah. Just go on interviews, apply for everything. No, I don't want to apply for everything. That's the whole thing, Joe. I don't want to apply for, I want to be very target about what I want to do. In the end, if the worst that happens is, if I have to do, I don't know, maybe I do have hubris, maybe I don't. If I have to do like absolutely like door greeter type of stuff, I don't care. Do whatever it takes to take care of the family. At the same time, I do want to do something that is productive, that I feel like, you know what, I kind of left a little bit of something here. And that's part of the conversation that we keep having when, and guys, I don't want to, by the way, I'm not looking to make this into a conversation about George, but I'm going to assume everybody's in the same position. Money is good. You can certainly throw more money at me. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. But I think what people want out of work is a sense of you know, I'm doing right. I'm doing good work. I'm being, you know, not necessarily accolades. I'm not even promotions or whatever, but there's some part of it that just feels like I like working for this team, and this team appreciates me working for it. The ownership, and by team I mean ownership, people below, and people side to side, right? So when you have that going on, it's a good thing. You know, when you come to work and it's like whether it's customers or bosses or fellow employees, and somebody makes it miserable. You know, what one reason why something I read a number of years ago, one reason why a lot of people work is not because they hate the job. It's because they hate some of the people that they work either for or around, and usually it's for people around them. Oh, it's that time, Shiv. Suck it, Nick. I'm leaving. Nice, Charles. Hope you stub your toe on the way out. Which restaurant? Being stressed at work. Are you losing sleep due to the bad decisions of others? Try fuck it all. Fuck it all. It was a revolutionary new formulation with 200% less F given. Yeah, exactly. Bonderosa, Bill Nabbs, Bob Evans, Cracker Barrel. None of those. Actually, Ken, I hate to put it this way, expensive fancy ones are the only restaurants that are doing well right now. Those are the ones you want to work at. Probably a chain. Because the only people who can afford to eat out are the rich. Yeah, I know that tune. I just need to fly 9 more years and I'm economically secured and the options become mine alone. Yeah. Peter, can't wait for that to happen. I'm serious. You know, there's one of the things that I heard, and this isn't a politics thing, but there was something that our labor secretary said recently that, you know, if you decided to put off your retirement by 1 more year, you know, think about the benefit you would do to the government and to, you know, to your 401. And I'm thinking to myself, that's 1 less year I have to enjoy things. And if the government can't get its head out of its collective ass, why am I going to be the one to help it? No. And sorry, and no. Could use a good wingman at the intersection event. Possible, Ken. Where does one apply? And just go on. Let me see. It's a negotiation contract agreement with the company. Oh yeah. Oh no, the word's already out. I've already just, you know, said publicly and to the owner of the company, I'm looking elsewhere. I cannot continue mentally with this. And it's not a negotiation tactic in terms of I'm looking to get more money out of it. I'm trying to get this ship righted. In fact, one of the conversations we had yesterday amongst the a couple of the staff is like, you could give me 50% ownership of this company, and I still wouldn't care because it's not about whatever potential benefit I might get out of it. If we can't right the ship, it doesn't matter how much you owe 50% of shit. It's still shit, right? And before I get too far down the road, our company does really good stuff when it gets out of its own way. I got to go for now. Need to fix the printer. Edwin, happy Friday the 13th to you as well. Hopefully you have a nice evening and get that printer fixed. Please remember the cut for your pimp. Mr. Promoter, Canager Ken. I ate out on credit. Yeah. Happy 13th, Edwin. I'm starting to think Ken is one of the patients and the intersection is his room in the ward. Probably. I'm Leo on Shutter Island. I've never seen Shutter Island. Again, my thoughts exactly. Oh, the Leo thing on Shutter Island. Is that what you're saying, Nick? That's how you feel as well? Something I also heard recently, which I find fascinating, is that are we that businesses are creating, they're looking every day to create more and more efficiencies, which is the fear of AI, right? That we create such efficiencies that you do realize that you're doing two things. One, I know this, you're AIing out human personnel, as opposed to technological personnel, which seems to be what they're trying to create. You're getting rid of them. Once you get rid of a lot of people, too many people, this company loses this many employees, that company loses that many employees, you now no longer have a buying base. This is the thing that I've never understood. It's like, you give me money, I take this money, I work for this money, I take this money, and I go buy something. If I don't have a job, I can't take something that I don't have and go buy something. That means that company is going to suffer, and the company that gets materials and all that's going to suffer. So, this, like, we're creating so much wealth within a company in our efficiencies, and that's going to the very, very few people. How do you justify that? How do people then? It's like, gee, I don't understand why they're not using our services unless they're the uber wealthy. They can't afford it. That's why they all require at least 3 to survive. Ben Riddle joke. Nice. Ugh, terrible joke, but I get it. Okay. I'll be rescribing a bunch of lines here for sure. Once it all runs run by AI, they will be forced to pay every nation. Why let me say that? And something like that. Yeah, right. It's like like back in I think it was the 90s, when there was this massive push, like to speed things up, right? To get, and this is part of it, but to speed things up, to get transactions happening more quickly. I've said before, my dad years ago, I remember going with him when he was doing refrigeration and restaurant and store equipment sales. He would go out, he would meet a couple clients in a region. They would talk, they would do whatever they did. I didn't pay attention to it. And then once that meeting was done, my dad would drive. He'd go hit with his paper and everything like that. He'd hit a payphone. He'd kind of fill in if there was something that needed to be done immediately. He'd call it in and have them place an order for whatever. Otherwise, when he's in the office next, that's when they kind of like place orders for stuff. Now it's like you leave a meeting and it's like instantaneous vendor contact, internal office contact, all of that stuff. And that immediacy, that necessity for immediacy. Whereas otherwise it was just like, we'll get to it. It's going to get done. Unless it's like an absolute, oh my God, we got a fire going on. It'll get done. And those days are now behind us, where I think people's expectations are like it's the Amazon model. I ordered it today. Why isn't it at my front door right now? I feel like every morning is George's Jack Nicholson during the award show, breaking the glass so we can be heard. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it. And believe it or not, I didn't intend to walk in and do this today, guys. I did not intend to do this. Okay. That's looking pretty good, actually. This is the rougher of the two back edges that came together, and it's come together pretty okay. Perfectly no. Let's see when we slide this thing in. Yeah, I'm going to have to do, well, there's going to be patching anyway here. Describing a bunch of lines. I think this weekend, if I can get all of this kind of assembled, cleaned up, I'm hoping by Sunday I'll be rescribing lines and getting it ready for paint. That's kind of the hope. The paint, the plane is almost all done. Yeah, once I get this back wing in place, I take it back. Nope, I've got to get the. I'm gonna have to get all of that masked, and there's a lot of masking here, but I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I'm gonna say this has been a fun little project. I've really enjoyed working on this. Really good scene. I got to watch that film again. It's been 30 years. Our parish of the Celtics got his nickname, the Chief, from Cuckoo's Nest. Did he really? No. Jack didn't mean to shatter the glass. Who did he have to smother with a pillow to get that nickname, Ken? I'm just glad the paper towels are well stocked. Well, you should be. They will always be well stocked just for you guys. The guy I'm on the blue tape watch. Oh. Yeah, the blue tape is actually, some of it is disappearing. Need more 2-inch. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's actually a little, unfortunately, we had to use this for, I don't know what it was originally intended, painting in the house. I actually stole it when we were done with that part of it. Just got a laconic, omniscient gaze. Do you cover the entire canopy and cut the frames or use the triangle tape method? I haven't decided. That's a good point, whether I'm going to be doing little pieces and kind of putting them in, or the other thing is, and I might try this a little bit. Let's see if I can pull this out real quickly. I might try using parafilm as well and seeing how that goes. We shall see. We shall see. Morning. UPS rolls out their next driver buyout deal. The next driver buyout deal next week. 30,000 jobs to cut in 2026 nationwide. I got to tell you, that sucks. Mike, are you also part of that as well? Meaning that is your job on the line? Get some of that stuff, yeah. Yeah, Mason gave me some. I'm going to try it again. I think I'm going to try it again on this thing. I've been thinking a little bit more about it, but at the same time, Peter's right. I don't mind going in and just putting little pieces of tape in there. In some ways, you can get, rather than cutting. I always get nervous about cutting into the material. It either, if you don't have double-edged sword, literally, if it's too sharp and you miss, you're cutting into the plastic in places you don't want it to. And if it's not sharp enough, it doesn't go through the material. Instead, you're pulling the material. And then you got all sorts of problems with that. That means you just got to start all over again. I mean, by IPMS rules, this is so far coming out pretty good. The gaps, I don't think you're going to be able to see the gaps. Now, whether this tailing edge is going to be sharp enough, it's going to come to a point enough, I don't know, but at least you won't see the gap. You only need to deliver my ship before you get short-staffed. Yeah, I got to tell you, UPS, fuck FedEx. UPS is always better. This snowstorm, I think, kind of indicated how bad FedEx can be. Never had a problem with UPS. Never. We, the mailman, just dropped off the other 2 Amazon shipments and the majority mighty box of paints from Poland for the Harpy. Nice. Awesome. So have you started on the Harpy yet, or are you working on anything yet, Peter? So tape never leave a clean line, as in the little bits of tape never leave a clean line, as in straight. Liquid mask on canopy does not get, no, it's useless. Yeah, I think, and that's why I'm almost thinking it's easy. That's why parafilm's a little bit better than tape, Nick, because the edges are much cleaner with parafilm. Hey, Robert, good morning. How are you, my friend? Hey, Tom, good morning. What's going on? So we were ranting about today as you not on yesterday. Yeah, I brought that up earlier, Tom. Yeah, I've had 2 remarkably bad days, Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday certainly was one of the worst days I've had at work in over a decade. And I needed a mental health day. I couldn't go on yesterday. Anyway, you can, if you want the details, you can listen to the episode later. Robert. Tom rants over. You have to go back and watch the video. Exactly. What about using blue tack to mask too small? Blue tack on a canopy can't get sharp enough lines. Yeah, I think in this case, it's either going to be parafilm or or just cutting tiny, tiny pieces and just creating, it's calculus. It's creating the shapes that go around, which is fine. It's doable. By the way, I'm going to be on a little later today. I'm going to go on till about 10 past today because fuck work. Just got to let my general manager know that I'm not going into Boston this morning because don't have the parts that I need for what we discussed yesterday. Wow, these are totally different shapes. That's interesting. Yeah, if you take a look, this one kind of comes down, but it's almost got a bit of a straightness to it. On this side, this was much more bulbous. No, sir. Fixing that. I'm currently cleaning undergated parts and priming. Good. So you're already into the priming phase. I love it. Well, not yet, but they also want to close another 25 buildings. 2 were cut in the U.S. in January. Yeah, I heard about that, Mike. Just use a sharp. Just use a sharp blade. Yeah, but it's more than just that. It depends if you're using, to Nick's point, if you're using masking tape, cutting is, you still might have very fine stuff that makes it very difficult. Also, the thickness of that material, though parafilm's the same way. If it's not sharp enough, it can still catch just enough. The other thing with a really sharp blade is if you miss, you're cutting into the canopy itself, the clear part that you want to stay clear. Okay, that's looking good. It's looking good enough. I see what I did. Well, that might not pass IPMS standards, but that's all right. We'll round this end then. Better. Doo-doo. So work will be there, and so will any attitude. Exactly, Joe. By the way, my GF wants to donate a kit to PackCon raffle this year. Oh, that's very sweet of her. Thank you so much. Great. Tell her from me, thank you very much. That's looking good. This leading edge is looking really nice so far. We'll know once we get primer on it, but so far so good. Let's see. The Tamiya 1.5 ounce, 1.5-inch tape on canopies, make relief, cut, and then use blade to cut the mask. I see what you're doing. So you're actually, okay. And then I'm going to assume with that method, especially with something very, very small, there's probably still going to be overspray. Do you then just go in and just use like a toothpick or something to clean the overspray? Yeah, use not wise. Yeah. Canopies, make relief. Yeah, you make the relief and then you cut the relief. It's an interesting method. Yeah. Nothing polished won't take out. I switch to scalpel blades for the work and change them frequently. Tissue paper is a bitch with even remotely dull blades. Interesting. Yeah, one of these days I should probably try some scalpels, Ray. Ray, is that an AliExpress thing? Stepsisters, not twins. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this. I got to keep reminding myself that this is not, I enjoy doing all that interior work and it looks great. I'm really happy with the way that all came out. Again, next to none of it's going to be seen, but I'm happy with the way it got dirtied up in there and everything. Just got to keep reminding myself this is not a major project. I'm still looking to see if I can get this done by, what are we in, February? Yeah, let's see if I can get it done by the end of the month. Share the Mecca warehouse, redacted 3 contests, but didn't care for the FML as Ken. Oh, she got, okay, yep, design and figured she'd rather donate it to the con. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, I feel the same way. If you got kits that you don't need, yeah, I don't know. I don't generally sell my kits. I give them away. There's stuff that I'm just going to, like I said, this year is going to be the year where I'm going to start giving a lot of particularly stuff that's been snapped up. So if somebody's like, they don't mind a model that's already been kind of basically assembled, but they just want to finish it, here, take it off my hands. I'm not going to do anything with this. I also have some 135th armor that I will probably be donating to one of our young lads at our club, because I don't think I'm ever going to build, some of this dragon big ass shit. I don't have a place for it. And as I've gotten more and more into 1/72 scale armor, I like that scale. It just works for me. Wow, we can have a lot of stuff to rescribe. But that's okay, because I've got what I need here to do so. Got to get rid of that little tip there, which is part of the nub. I just didn't bother removing it until I got to this point. No reason to. There we go. It's coming off quite nicely now. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff going to get rescribed on this model. No overspray on anything yet. Interesting. I may give that a try. Just, here's the thing. I might try all three methods and see which one looks best. I don't know. We'll see. Good morning, Emma. How are you? If it is any comfort, George, yesterday was kind of a bad day here, too. My kids stepped out a lot. Oh, no. I'm very sorry to hear that, Tony. Tony, how are they handling it? I'm sure it's like it's a blow, right? What kind of 135th armor? I have like 20 snapped HG Gundams like that. Yeah. Stop. Was I cursing? I'm sorry, Emma. I've got soap here somewhere. I love being schooled by kids. I do, actually. I don't know how much spell cursive. Well, probably picked up some of that from Dad, but then again. Anyway, Emma, I'm sorry about that. Hope you have a good day. So what kind of armor? I've got a Morzer. I'm debating I really would love to build it because the thing is like stupid huge and it's really cool, but will I ever build it? If I did, where would I put it? Having watched, who was the one who did that? I think that was, Night Shift, who did one of those years ago. I'm looking at his. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, I think they are. My son left work. He was pretty upset. Oh, I'm sure he was really nice lady. I did some PC work. It was okay. I think it was not a new thing. So sort of expected. I think I'm more worried about their stepdad. He refused to even be at the hospital. He was, I can remember his mom. But I think he might regret. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is always possible. Everybody deals with loss in their own way. But I think I think there's regret. There can be regret from stuff like that. But hopefully not. Hopefully they made the right decision for themselves. So I mean, where would I put it? The PG conundrum. Exactly. Same thing. Don't swear. Destroids. The correct answer is always Destroids. I love Destroids. I want to get back to building Destroids again. I think next year we are going to get back to building. Actually, I'm going to build a Glouge next year. I'm sorry, not the Glouge. Next year, I'm going to work on a Regalt, and I want to get back into doing something with the Macross March thing. Because I really want to get all of the Destroids and Regalts all built up in 1/100 scale. And then someday put them into, if I'm going to put them in competition, put them into like a, what do they call it? Themed category. He'll definitely regret that choice. Will he? No, you can't say he will definitely do so, but he may. What else other than the Mauser? Grief is different for each person. I've got a. I've also got a Merkava Mark III, which I probably won't build. The only thing I will build, I do have the Polish PL01. Unless somebody introduces one of those in 1/72nd scale, and that's good, I'm going to build that one. In fact, I want to build that one anyway. I like that one. I've also got an Object 271 in 1/35th scale. That model, I love the look of that model. That may be something that I might have to start in the next couple of years. That's a good one. I hope so. I hope so. Regarding the Regult build, would be remembering the past. The where should I put a conundrum? Also an issue at bookends. Yep. And we're already planning next year. You know, everything will change. It's discussion. As we know, it's like we talk next year, things could all be different. Very hard to be there. I also remember when my grandfather passed, I kind of regret going to see him that last time before he passed away. Complications from dementia. Yeah. Good morning, my friend. Clint. Oh, I'm so glad I stayed on. Clint, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, can I get the Merkava? No. If I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it to this young guy. I'm gonna ask him, you want this thing? I want to give it to a kid who will grow into the hobby. No offense, Tom. And please understand that snappy no was I want to give it to somebody who will take not full advantage of it, but will actually it might be something that he and his dad might work on. And that kind of growth is something I want to see. The second, the last time I visited him, he still remembered me, but I don't remember it because the last time I saw him, he was gone. I watched the nurse to get him to swallow food. Wow. I'm going to start to save the PG. Going to start to have the PG problem soon. And he was showing. Yep. Unfortunately, remember that visit more than the happier previous one. Yeah. See, that's unfortunate. Funny enough, Robert, next time we meet, I'll tell you about my dad. I don't want to do it today just because I don't want it to be a day of sadness, but I'll fill you in on the last time I saw my dad. But I pushed that aside. Hey, Clint. Harpy would be done 2045. Yep. I am still dreaming of a 1/72nd monster destroid to fit my other kids. I want a 1/100 scale, and I'm going to find a print of that, and I'm going to build that. I will indeed build that. How you doing, buddy? I'm so good to see you. It seems I always miss you a few minutes. I'm okay, trying to get back into the hobby. Good for you. Hey, at your pace, Clint. Look, life is life. You got to do what you got to do, brother. You know, and as long as, at least in the foreseeable future, I'll be here. For better or worse, I'll be here. All right, I suppose I should start getting ready for work. What do you guys think? Yes, no, maybe? That nose is looking pretty good now. Dope. 5 is still wishful thinking, Tom. Yep. Robert, good morning, my friend. That was 2024, and I'm good with that. Everybody's saying, yep. No, F work. One question. Are you coming to SkeeterCon? I don't think I'm going to SkeeterCon because I'm going to ODO in 2 weeks. It is possible, not likely, though. My wife is moving back in the next in 3 weeks. We're going to start packing her up, and she's moving back to town. And then after she's back, it's going to start becoming like, you know, at least for the short time I want to hang. It's possible. I don't foresee it happening, though. Not this year. But Clint, will you be going? Yeah, that's a good question. I can't remember now, but I think it's sometime in April, if memory serves. Family always got to come first. Generally, not always, but generally. Okay. I think we're actually still some roughness there. First weekend in April, the week after Replicon. Yeah. Replicon's the Long Island show, right? It's on April Fools. So that would mean George is going, but he's trying to fool you. Wishful thinking. I hope so. I do hope I can go. The two shows I'm going to are ODO in 2 weeks, and I'll be going to obviously ValleyCon. You got to support my my locals. Got to support Don, help him out with the Gundam judging and everything like that. All right. I think we're going to stop now. And I'll get back to this tomorrow morning. So far, so good. Almost all of the edges, almost all of this, all the way across has been done. We're now working on the front end to get all that sort of that stuff that had a hard time coming together, put together. But overall, it's looking good. It is looking good. And I'm going to say again, so I was actually thinking about this. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Yeah. Yep. The Long Island show. I'm having a bit of an issue with the Long Island guys. I'll fill you in on that one tomorrow. Have I ever told you the time I went to my first DEF CON and hearing impaired mother? It became such a joke to say, go to DEF CON 1. Is ValleyCon the March one? ValleyCon is the one in March. Yes, correct. That's so long that I just remembered Mecca Warehouse is closing shop. Such a shame, but I get it. Oh, it's the right thing for them to do. Nick has been kind of like, before they moved from Concord, New Hampshire down to Hooksett, he's been looking to do this. I'm going to try and make Replicon. Nice. When is PatCon? PatCon is in September, the last Sunday of September, Nick. Anyone else, so I can quit work and travel to all these cons. Yeah. Got the Long Island show. Nick has been stretched too thin for a while. Let's have a happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th. Guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. Always appreciate it. Thank you for letting me bend your ear a little bit, but also just good conversations all around. You know, it's interesting when you see how many people actually contribute to these conversations. These are good talks, you know. Look, friendly conversations. Look, model stuff is great, but it's the friendliness that matters, and I really do appreciate it. Rant about Long Island. Yeah, it's an impression. I have no fact, but it's an impression and not a good one. Anyway, I'll talk about that tomorrow if you guys would like. With that, guys, go out there and do good, brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It doesn't take much to have misery and bullshit and all this other stuff happen. Let's see what we can do instead to bring kindness, love, respect to our friends, our family, our coworkers, to the stranger. This hatred, this animosity, this tension has to come to an end. It just can't continue, guys, right? So go out there and show that kindness and love and just do good. All right. So, guys, enjoy the day. Happy Friday the 13th, and I will see you on the flip. Good seeing everyone. I'll try to jump in more often. Clint, when you can, love to see you, my friend, but I understand. Hopefully we'll see more of you. Because remember, every conversation is about George here. Peace.